Hey guys, this is just a quick tutorial on how to search Navarro College's database if you've never done it before. I'm just going to give you kind of a quick overview, or at least how I like to get there. You can Google search Navarro College Library. It's probably a little faster than going through the actual homepage, but at least I can show you where to get to that. If you go under the Navarro College homepage and you go to degrees and majors, the related link right here is libraries. So we're just going to click that. What I typically do when I'm searching is I'll just come in here under this EBSCOhost, and I can put something like depression in there. You can see I've already searched it once, and I can just say search that. What it's going to do is then ask me to sign in. It's your first name dot your last name and then your birthday. Oops, that's not my birthday. Let's try that one more time. There we go. And I'll just log in. It's going to take just a second here to load up. So you can see that I come in and I've got depression and I've got 5,400,000 hits on just that. So I want to do maybe a little bit more narrowing down my focus. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and do an advanced search instead of just what we call a basic search. Notice now I've got a couple more boxes to fill in. I've got these and ors. So remember, and is going to look for both things together, or would look for either one. Basically the way you can think about that is and is going to limit your search, so it's going to narrow your focus, narrow your search down, whereas or is going to open it up and it's going to expand your search. So I already had 5 million responses or options here, so I definitely want to narrow my focus a little bit more. The other thing I can do is if I have a specific author I want to look for, I could put the author's name and I could choose author or title, or if I want to look at a specific journal, I could type in the journal's name and look up the journal itself. So there's some options. Typically, if you're not really sure what you want right now, I would select all fields, and that way it will search everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and say college students. And you can see as I'm typing it in, I get some other things that come up as well. College students in mental health, university students, undergraduate, university. So there's a lot of different popular terms that come up. I'm going to stay with college students just because that's what I want to do. Now I go ahead and search, and I don't really worry about all the other search options. I'm actually going to do that once I get my results over here on this side where it says refine results. I don't know why I choose to do it here instead of on that main page. Just kind of where I like to. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to limit myself to scholarly journals. Because I do want peer-reviewed. Again, that's the difference between getting an article in a newspaper and getting an article that's been published in the Journal of Psychology. So we want to kind of keep with those scholarly articles. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say I want full-text articles as well, because I am doing this. I want to be able to print my article out. Now again, that is going to limit my responses quite a bit. And if I was doing a true research paper, I probably wouldn't limit it to full text articles. And if I did find an article that I want, I would go talk to the librarian and ask them if they could get me a copy of that particular article. So we do have that option as well. The other thing I want to do really quick is I do want to narrow my focus. Instead of going from 1835 to 2021, I want to narrow this down. I only want to do the last 10 years. So I'm going to put 2011 in here. Go ahead and press enter, and again it's going to update, and you can see when this is done I went from having 5 million different options to now only having 200,000. I know that's still a lot of options, but it is much better than 5 million. And if I wanted to, if I saw something I really thought was interesting, I could even narrow it down. Maybe I want to look at just COVID. And you can see COVID's coming up. I'm going to say COVID and search again. Now the only problem with doing that is all of those nice little refines that I did, oh no, I'm sorry, they did stay. I lied. So all my refines stayed full text, scholarly article for only from 2011 to 2021, so only the last 10 years. I can even do it down here where my source type is just academic journals. But then I've got all of these options. Obviously when it says, like this one where it says PDF full text, it's really kind of cool. We click on it, and you can click directly on that. You can read the abstract and decide if this is what you want to look at. You might look at this one is in Peru or Venezuela, so you might say, oh no, I don't know if I really want to do an article from Venezuela. But then you can, if you decide that's what you want, you just click on that PDF full text, and it will have the PDF file here for you. The entire article is there for you, and you can either print it out or you can download it and read it later, but that's how you would get to that. I can always come back up here and go back to my result list, and then it'll take me back to that main page where I had all of my now 3,000 results when I narrowed it down to depression, college students, and COVID. Sometimes you might see this full text from Eric. So if I come into this one, what it's going to do is come out and search and say, here's the article. You can see I can download the full text right there. And again, I have the entire article that I can save. Again, if I do the arrow, I save, or I can do the little printer guy and print that off. And so I can close those out. Again, I can go back to my original search here. I'm going to go arrow back real quick. And then you can do the HTML. I'm going to tell you my own personal preference. If I have the option between an HTML and a PDF, I personally like the PDF file. I think it just appears better on the screen. This is like reading a website, whereas this looks like an actual document that you'd be used to reading and easy to print out. Usually looks a lot better. That's just my personal preference. If you have any questions about how to search for something, or if you're having difficulty finding an article that you would like to read, just contact me and we can do some searches together and see if we can find you something that would be interesting to you. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.